Hi, Winry and Alphaeus. Remember, it's story time. Nanny's got the same book as yesterday. And today we are going to learn about some fantastic fish. Now, Nanny's got a fish in her bathroom. Look at this pretty little fish. Nanny loves it. But today we're going to learn about some fantastic fish. So, it says, meet some fantastic fish. Fish are animals that spend their lives in the, you got it, in the water. They breathe through gills instead of lungs. They have fins for swimming instead of legs for walking like you and me. Fish are cold-blooded. That means that their temperature changes according to the temperature of the water around them. They usually have bony skeletons and scales to protect their body. So, we're first going to learn about, about the batfish. There's the bat again. You know, Nanny doesn't like bats. Ooh, even fish bats. I hope I never see a fish bat when I go to the beach. So, here it says, one kind of a fish, a batfish, doesn't swim. Its fins are not really fins. They are more like legs. The batfish uses them to walk around. This fish is quite small. It's only like 8 to 12 inches long. And if you're not sure how long that is, you just ask Mommy to show you with a ruler. It's quite small and lives in warm waters. When you look down at it from above, it looks like a bat. Look at this. It's a porcupine fish. It has long, stouted spines that stick out in every direction. When threatened, it can take an extra air or water and blow itself up into a puffy puffball 3 times its normal size. The spines make these fish hard to handle and very dangerous to other fish. Do you see that? Now, look at this one here. You see that? That is called the African lungfish. And it is a very most unusual fish. It has lungs like a land animal. In very hot weather, when shallow pools of water dry up, the lungfish wiggles into the mud. Now I'm going to stop there for a minute. Do you two remember last summer when you played in the mud? Let me show you. Do you remember? Oh, it's going to go sideways. Let me see. Oh, can you see that? There's Winry, there's Alphaeus, whoop, and there's Alphaeus full of mud, whoop, whoop. There's Alphaeus in the mud, there's Winry in the mud. And do you remember we had to take you, Mommy and I, out back, and we had to put you in your little pool and try and wash you down, then we hosed you down, then we stripped you in the back porch, we put you in the bathtub, and after all that, you still had mud stuck in your ears and up your nose and under your nails and between your toes and in your hair. Oh, you had so much mud. Well, that's what this fish is like. I'm going to show you one more picture. Remember this? Remember when Nanny visited and we put mud on our face? That's what that fish does. And it gets mud all over its face. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go. and talk about the African lungfish again. So, then it folds its body in half, just like that, and prepares a kind of moist cocoon. Isn't that weird and fascinating? A tiny hole at the top lets in air, and the lungfish may sleep for as long as 5 years. Do you know how long 5 years is? Okay, picture Winry and Alphaeus. You go to bed tonight and you go to sleep. And when you wake up, Monty is going to school with a backpack and a lunch bag. That's how long you would be asleep. He would be 5 years old going to school. That's a long sleep. So, it waits until the flood waters come again to soften the cocoon, and when the waters do come, the lungfish wakes up. Isn't that fascinating? Now look at this. This is called the oarfish. Okay? So it's a ribbon-like fish that can grow as long as 49 feet. Now, do you know what? Nanny came up with some measurements. And do you know how long 49 feet is? Okay, Winry, you know how tall you are? Well, if we took 12 of you and then another half of you, and we put you one on top of the other, that's how tall this fish would be. 12 and a half of you. Alphaeus, it would take 15 and a half of you, one on top of the other, to be that tall. 15 and a half. And you know how many Monties it would take for 49 feet? 28 Monties, one on top of the other. That would be how tall this fish would be. Isn't that fascinating? So, bright red spines stick out from its head. This fish looks quite frightening, but it's really harmless. When people think they have seen a sea monster, they probably were looking at an oarfish. Now, our last fantastic fish that we're going to meet today is the hammerhead shark. Do you know what a hammer looks like? This is a hammer. Nanny's been putting pictures up on the wall in that bedroom she painted, and she's been using a hammer. That's what this fish is called, a hammerhead shark, because it has a head shaped like a hammer's head. There is a nostril on each end of the hammer. Okay, picture this. This is Nanny, and instead of my nostrils being here, I have this nostril over here and this nostril over there. So all of a sudden I'm going, I smell banana bread. I smell chicken fingers. Oh, I smell bubble bath. I smell Monty's poopy diaper. Isn't that funny? That's how he smells. And when this shark smells its prey, it swings its head from side to side, just like Hunter does when he has his leash on. The hammerhead may grow over 12 feet long and weigh 1,000 pounds. Do you know how many nannies it takes to weigh as big as a hammerhead shark? 7 nannies. 7 of me weighs the same as this big hammerhead shark. Isn't that fascinating? So, that's the fantastic fish that we have met today. Tomorrow, oh, I can't wait to share tomorrow. So, Nanny wants to show you her last fishy from her bathroom. This is her fascinating fish. So, Nanny wishes you a wonderful day, a wonderful night's sleep, sweet, sweet dreams, that you go to sleep and you have sweet dreams and you wake up tomorrow and you're excited because tomorrow's going to be endless possibilities. You can do crafts, you can learn new things, you can paint new things, you could probably hopefully go outside and play with a friend and play outside and get some exercise, and you'll be going for a walk maybe with Monty, so he starts getting a lot more fresh air because he's just starting this life, so he's fascinated by the fresh air. So Nanny gives you hugs and kisses, so many. She loves you, and she prays that God's angels will watch over you and keep you safe and give you a good night's sleep. Until tomorrow night.